This is what a raccoon's penis looks like. So next time you see a dead raccoon on the side of the road, you won't feel the need to pull over and cut off its penis while your family patiently waits for you in the van.
RFK Jr., while driving with his children in the car, got out of the car and chopped off the penis of a raccoon and put it back into the car and continued driving.
Hi, I'm Dylan. You're watching Not Exactly Normal, and today I thought I'd try to figure out why RFK Jr. was so interested in studying raccoon penises. I mean, they are pretty cool, so I get it.
Hey, buddy.
But let's back up. Last year, I had the chance to interview the curator of the world's only museum dedicated entirely to dongs.
We are unique.
Do you want to show me the whale penises?
Yes. And this is something that you're not going to see anywhere else.
It's a bit much, no?
Come check us out.
And at the museum, I got to take a look at some raccoon penises, or at least part of their penises. Actually, they're more like this. They're pretty big.
Wow.
Raccoons actually have a bone inside their penis called a baculum, which is something that a lot of other mammals actually have. It's an extra skeletal bone, meaning that it's not attached to the rest of their skeleton, and instead sort of floats inside of the penis. Here you can see a polar bear baculum, a wolverine baculum, a dog baculum, and many others. There isn't a consensus on why baculums exist, but there are a few different theories. In some species, it's thought that it might help trigger ovulation, and in others, it's thought it acts as a shoehorn during mating. That's very graphic. While in others, it's thought to extend the mating process as a whole. But more on that in a minute. There being no clear answer for what exactly a baculum is used for makes a lot of sense, because baculums have evolved independently in at least 9 different species. So different animals having different uses for these little bones tracks. Though I wouldn't describe them all as little. Here's a walrus's baculum, which is almost as long as one of my arms. It's a bit unsettling. I wonder how big their actual penises are. Like, obviously this is just the bone, and I imagine the bone is smaller than the fleshy part. So let me know in the comments. How big is a walrus penis? Or maybe I don't want to know. But they can be quite small. The smallest baculum on display at the museum belongs to a golden hamster and measures just 2 millimeters long. You really do need a magnifying glass just to see it. How they mate without a magnifying glass? Well, science may never know. Many primates also have baculums. In fact, humans are the only great apes to have lost theirs, though scientists aren't entirely sure why. One theory as to why other apes like bonobos have baculums and we don't is that since bonobos reproduce with so many more partners than us humans, there is a need for males to occupy the female's time as much as possible, increasing the chances that he'll impregnate her and decreasing the chances that his competition will. And so a penis bone that allows for his penis to stay erect for much longer will prolong the overall mating duration and, keep the female from partnering up with other males. But back to raccoons. The raccoon's baculum is actually a really good indicator of how old it is. As the male ages, his baculum gets longer, more curved, and girthier. I really didn't need to say girthier there. But sometimes you just have to. I mean, how many contexts can you use the word girthy? Very few. It's thought that they have a curved baculum because it makes it easier for the male to, well, let me just quote the book on it, maintain penetration, which apparently can last for over an hour. Well done, raccoons. Raccoons have their uses for their penis bones, but so do we. They are somewhat popular as natural toothpicks, sometimes nicknamed Texas toothpicks. And this one article that I found says that they are very good as hors d'oeuvre forks, which is just great. Here's a website with a bunch of 5-inch long raccoon penis bones for sale. They say they're great for medieval costumes, earrings, fertility charms, stir sticks, and also as conversation starters, but only for someone with a good sense of humor. And they're only $8. What a good deal. 5 inches is quite a long penis bone for an animal that only measures between 2 and 3 feet in total. And since they can go for well over an hour, it's not too surprising that these are sold as fertility charms. Well, you may have heard about raccoon penises in the news lately.
I was reading an article this morning that talked about your affinity to perform your own medical research, You apparently once cut the penis off a road-killed raccoon to study them later.
RFK Jr.'s interest in raccoon penis bones is somewhat surprisingly not the first time an American politician has made headlines for handling a baculum. In 1994, Don Young, a congressman from Alaska, wielded an 18-inch long walrus baculum in order to intimidate the director of the Fish and Wildlife Service on the floor of the House during a congressional hearing on the Marine Mammals Protection Act. Here's the quote. Young became angry. He grabbed an 18-inch long walrus penis bone that he had brought along as a prop and pounded it into his hand as he argued. The more things change, the more they stay the same, I suppose.